want you to listen to each other, bounce off ideas, and then make sure that you are all included in the conversation.
I think Tom is the protagonist because to me, a protagonist is a character in a story who learns something.
But just the fact that he was the one who told it and it was from his memory, it was his perspective, he's the one who kind of tweaked it to seem like it was more in his favor. Just because of that, he was the one manipulating the story, so I just thought like he was the protagonist. That makes more sense.
Ideally, she was like the main plot of the story, and she would always be there when Tom would always argue. He was always, because Amanda, Amanda always wanted to push Laura to do whatever she wanted to do. It's practically Amanda here. This is like the whole thing of the setting of the story because of Amanda, what she does, what she says, and how the fighting is.
I said Tom because the last question we were saying, it was always from his point of view. So, and at the end, he's the one, like they said, he was the one that learned the lesson. And if it would have been Amanda, she would have been telling us the story from her point of view. So then she would have been the protagonist. But everything was from Thomas' point of view.
She protects them, was like her babies. So I feel like if she would have kept the uniform, she would always dwell on it and always thought about the horrible night. Like, this is the night Tom came and I really started liking him and then found out he was engaged to be married. So I think giving away the uniform was a way of saying, you know what, I'm not gonna hold on to this horrible memory and make myself feel bad. You have it and you can, remember the night. But I think if she would have kept the unicorn, she would have always looked at it as the horrible evening where it just made her feel even worse for herself.
It's like a souvenir, it's something you remember. If you give it to somebody, you get it from that place, Maybe she wanted to give it to him to remember that night and remember what happened.
The unicorn, because she opened up to him and she showed trust. And since they're really fragile, she didn't really let them touch him. Just gave it him because she can finally open up and trust him.
Vanessa, what do you think about that?
Well, I agree because it's like you say, that memory. But since he was talking to her and everything, he made her feel like she was somebody in the world.
I agree with what Louise said because I feel like she gave the unicorn to Jim as a sign of gratitude because he helped her feel more confident.
Sure, yeah, like you said, the engagement thing, but if something that positive comes out of that, you can't exactly look at it as an entirely bad moment.
The unicorn would be like the other animals, like how it relates to her, because we were saying how before Laura was really shy and she was just in her own little world, I guess, and she wasn't like the others. And it's just like the unicorn. The unicorn had its own little horn, and it wasn't like the other horses that were on there. And as soon as the unicorn broke, the horn came off, it looked like the others. So now Laura was she wasn't shy anymore. So she was just not just like the others, but she had came out of her shell like every other person.
That's because finally Laura kind of grew up, He didn't have to baby her anymore, so he was just there because of Laura. So once she was like the other girls, then he was like, okay, then you're like other girls, go now,
And I also thought that maybe it's for her to face her fears. Some people are scared of the dark, so the best way to overcome it is to stay in the dark for a little bit. So it just happened for a reason, and it's you obviously don't want it to happen to you, but you're going into reality. Next time you'll know not to fall for it, and you'll question about it first. You'll be like, well, is there something going on with you and anybody else before anything happens, or is this really how you feel about me?
It happens, and you're either gonna stick to the negative and just be like, oh my god, I'm so stupid for letting him kiss me, or I'm so dumb, or blah blah blah, or he was just using me. Or you can see it as you lose your insecurities. You see, oh, well, I can do this for people. Maybe I can do this for someone else. I can make someone feel like this. Maybe I can make someone else feel like this.
So I still think it was a benefit for Laura. Sure, it didn't turn out how everybody had wanted it to, but her illusion of herself and her illusion of Jim kind of broke. So I think she's better off because of it.
Yeah, maybe it was good for the while, but when you really think about it, do you think that she wasn't going to see herself in the mirror and still say, oh, well, she does have a limp and all that stuff, and she's going to remember the past and it's going to come back to her?